Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Chad Morgan, and the consolidated numbers for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary episode 1, The Star Beast, are out, and they're exactly as I predicted they would be, about a 2 million view increase. But what about all the people out there who said the landscape of TV has changed? Why should you care about the overnight at all? I was told I was insane for even considering the overnights of having any value whatsoever or considering them to be low. But it's the biggest drama release of the year. Oh, but everyone's going to watch it in the follow-up week. It's going to double in views. That's something I heard consistently, is that the consolidated numbers will double the overnight and it'll get up to normal David Tennant numbers. But that is not the case. And now these people, they're going to be willfully ignorant about the situation here with the 60th anniversary when they come out to defend these numbers for the consolidated. They'll willfully forget this is a 60th anniversary celebration. This is a big deal. These specials are a big deal, just in the fact that they're anniversary celebration. So that'll give it a big bump. And then you have to consider David Tennant returning, big bump. Catherine Tate returning, big bump. Russell T Davies himself, before he started opening his mouth and ruining the situation for himself by speaking out against the fans, by changing lore, by mocking everything. And then of course what he did in the actual episode itself, that should have been a massive spike as well. But the word of mouth for this episode was horrendous, and you can see that in these consolidated numbers. So the numbers we have here were 5.08 for the overnight, which was bad. Yes, it was a slight improvement over the majority of the Jodie Whittaker era, but it does not fit with what should have been the increase that we saw because of all those factors. And only 2 million people decided to check out the episode after the word of mouth came out in the week following the release of The Star Beast. That is atrocious. The funniest thing that these consolidated numbers shine a light onto is the report from last week. It was never a confirmed report, which is why I never made a video on it. But last week we heard a report that just in the day after the episode came out, in that Sunday, it got an additional 2 million views. And everyone in the comments of my video and on Twitter were like, see, it got 2 million views in just the next day. It's going to explode. We're going to be looking at about a 10 million viewed episode. That's what I was consistently hearing. Well, there's two options here. Either that report was true and it got 2 million in that first day, and then it dived off a cliff and disappeared entirely from the ratings and barely got anything else in the subsequent days, finishing out the week, or that report was a lie, as I assumed it was, because it did not seem valid whatsoever. So these people who are defending this episode blindly, ignoring the factors like 60th anniversary, David Tennant, Catherine Tate, Russell T Davies, are still going to ignore this situation. But it is still funny to say, hey, that report that you were latching onto to say that I was crazy for considering the overnight figures at all, I was crazy for not considering the current state of the TV landscape. Well, these numbers should prove contradictory, but of course these numbers aren't going to change anything for those people. I just love these numbers. They're really impressive to see, and of course these consolidated numbers only beat out some of the Jodie Whittaker era. Even the first 4 episodes of Jodie Whittaker got better viewership than the 60th anniversary, with again David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and Russell T Davies returning. This episode should have, if I were to call it a success, should have gotten around 7 to 8 million overnight and then got up over 10 million in its consolidated to be considered a success, to say that Doctor Who is back. But these numbers just do not reflect that reality. The reality is Doctor Who is in a very bad state, and it has been for a long time, since Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker summarily destroyed this franchise. And Russell T Davies has made it very, very clear he has no intentions of actually fixing the damage. He only intends to double down on stuff like the Timeless Children. He only intends to double down on stuff like the Flux and every other bad decision that Chris Chibnall made. And the fans are responding with apathy. Fans are responding by leaving in droves. I don't know how big the return for the second episode would be. I imagine it'll probably be something similar to that 2 million increase, but it could be quite lower. Again, I did enjoy a lot of Wild Blue Yonder, but it still, of course, had major issues like the race swap, like the confirmation of the Timeless Children. I imagine it'll be right below the 7 million mark, right around the same point of a 2 million view increase, but I don't know. It could be much, much worse, and I'm very excited to see those consolidated numbers. And these consolidated numbers just prove every single point I've made in my previous viewership videos to this point, and prove everyone who said I was insane, who I wasn't considering the current state of TV, summarily wrong. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.